Hey guys, it's another journal with me today, and I'm going to be doing a spread that is from the first part of the year, my friend Sarah's birthday party and New Year's Eve. We had several parties kind of back to back. Her birthday is between Christmas and New Year's, so we had a game night at her house for her birthday, and then for New Year's we all came together and had another game night. So I had already put that celebrate sticker up in the top, knowing that this was the page that I'd be using. And I'm just kind of flipping through a magazine looking for a page that I can use as a background on the left side. And I really liked this image because I'm actually going to be writing on it in some white ink. And then also I wanted something to kind of showcase photos of some fireworks that we watched. So I'm just kind of figuring out what size it should be, and I didn't measure it. I very rarely measure stuff when it goes into the journal, so I just kind of made sure that it wouldn't be too tall or too short, and then I just stuck it in there and trimmed off the edges. Normally for this I would probably use like one of those little handheld tape runners, but I'm all out of them at the moment, and I'm trying to use the supplies that I have without going to buy more. I'm doing sort of a no spend in 2019, so I'm using up some of my score tape, which is for adhesives I guess more kind of on the expensive side, but it's something that I never, if ever, use, and so I did need some sort of dry adhesive here, and it worked perfectly. It worked just like a tape runner. So here I'm just cutting off the edges. And I'm not too precise in my journals, so if you look really close, you can see that I wasn't able to reach all the way into the corner with my scissors. This particular pair of scissors is terrible. They're covered in glue, they don't cut right at the end, but it's all that I could find at the time. But that's kind of the beauty of having your own kind of personal journal. It doesn't have to be perfect, and no one will really know but you. I think it actually kind of adds to it as well. I think if every page was perfect, it would just be really unrealistic. So, as I said in my last video, I'm also challenging myself to use up all of my scraps. So that's what I'm doing there. I just had a piece of leftover scrap paper from another project, so I'm sticking that down. Overall, this page tends to be blue. There's a lot of blue tones, and even some of my photos I had altered to be a bit more on the cooler side. So I'm just going to place down some photos there of my friend hitting her birthday piñata. And for photos, I usually use some sort of glue dot. I just happen to have some Aleene's extra large glue dots, so I just usually stick them on the four corners, and they hold photos pretty nicely. And I like them because if I did need to take the photos out at a later time, I could. It's really easy to pull them out and then just rub the glue dots away. And then I'm kind of cutting out some of the photos there of the fireworks. We actually didn't get fireworks this year, but when we went to my friend's house, she lives in a neighborhood where they're not prohibited, so the people across the street bought a ton of fireworks, and we were lucky enough that they were right there, so we didn't actually have to pay for any. And we just stood outside and watched them and took pictures. And then the washi tape that I use says not just another day. Oh, sorry, not just any other day. Or something like that. Yep, not just any other day. I'm sticking down some more photos. And then I have several sticker packs that are holiday related, or they have a different page for every month. So I'm trying to use those up. At first, I got a couple of packs and I wasn't really sure that I liked them, but now I find that I go to them quite a bit because they usually have something related to whatever I'm journaling about. So I'm just adding some stickers here and there. And then I have these kind of, they're not puffy, they're kind of these like clear enamel camera stickers. And I've had them for a while and I keep trying to find a place to use them. And they just never seem to work anywhere. So that's what I was trying to do there. And also, you know, they're not flat, and I try to keep things as flat as possible in my journal to make sure it's easier to write once it starts to fill up. I plan on doing kind of a journal flip through for my previous journal to show you guys how fat it got, and it was really difficult at the end to write on the left hand side of the page, so I ended up doing a lot of my decorations and collages on the left hand side, and most of my journaling and writing on the right hand side. So here I'm just kind of writing down a little bit about what we did, and I'm using a white Jelly Roll pen there. My Hobby Lobby doesn't carry the white Uniball Signo pens, which are my favorite, and I was kind of in a bind because I was out of them, so I went out and bought a pack of the Jelly Rolls. It's not bad, it's just not as opaque as I would like. And then this is a pen that I got at Daiso. It's got a little bear on it. And it writes so smooth. It's one of my favorites. And then over on the right side, I'm just journaling about my friend's piñata. And basically the short version of the story of that, we didn't have a stick, so we used a Swiffer sweeper handle. And those are not as sturdy as you would think. It crumpled pretty easily, but it was funny. And we finally got the piñata open. Alright, so almost done here. Just going to probably journal a little bit more and then show you guys some close-ups. Again, trying to figure out if I can use those camera stickers, but they just don't work, ever. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this journal along with me. There should be another one coming out next week if I can get my laptop to cooperate. It's been a struggle. Um, but comment down below if there's anything specific that you'd like to see, and I'll see you guys on the next video.